So in this work, we weren't focused on identifying the sources of this NO2 pollution. Instead, we're looking more to see how these inequalities co-vary with other factors related to air quality and climate. So one thing that is relevant here is we do have a lot of observational evidence for the systematic overburdening of communities of color and low-income communities. So that's something that we can see in the data.
We've begun to understand that a big challenge both in our own research and our understanding of the potential hazards of tattoos is that the composition of tattoo inks is not really well understood because, as you mentioned, in this country, manufacturers don't need to disclose their ingredients, and there's not necessarily a lot of oversight checking into whether or not those disclosures are correct. And so both from a sense of our own intellectual curiosity in terms of what's actually in the inks, and to enable our own research into how light causes tattoos to fade, we began to study what's in tattoo inks.
So if you think about kind of how most electric vehicles batteries, kind of charge right now, even if you're doing a fast charge, you're looking at maybe 25 to maybe about 30 minutes total. If we can actually advance with extreme fast charging and be able to charge batteries in 10 minutes or less, it completely changes kind of the dynamic of, those long road trips that you're going on, where maybe instead of, having to spend 20 or 30 minutes charging your vehicle, you can do it in 10 minutes, which is a huge benefit in terms of, how we push adoption really across the United States.
The prevalence of food allergies and several other chronic inflammatory diseases has increased dramatically over the past few decades. Many of these have been linked to a lack of a healthy microbiome. Instead of providing the missing bugs to the patient orally or with the fecal transplant, we thought, why don't we just deliver the metabolites, like butyrate, that a healthy microbiome produces?
Global food market continues to grow, but it is still necessary to explore new food materials and or to develop new food products, because food resources are gradually being depleted as the world's population increases. In 2013, FAO suggested edible insects as future food resources, especially to meet the needs of global consumers of animal protein. Moreover, insect is truly eco-friendly and more efficient in comparison to typical livestock. Therefore, the consumption or application of edible insects as a food is more and more popular in the world.
We were able to identify the main drivers of vanilla flavor liking. Some of them are well known to be present in vanilla, but this is the first time that we are actually reporting these compounds are influential for the vanilla flavor liking. We also identified some unknown compounds that not only are reported for the first time in vanilla, but also they are highly predictive of vanilla liking and disliking in the product. So all this information will give the tools to the whole vanilla supply chain, from farmers to the industries. We can include strategies for breeding, curing processes, as well as improve formulation of products and compete with high quality vanilla goods, and also improve consumers' acceptance and liking.
Well, actually it started when we developed a nose, an electrical nose for gas molecules. It was a recent invention, very simple, and what it did, it allowed us to detect very easily and very quickly vapor molecules, different vapor molecules in air. Then we came across these papers, both in scientific literature and also in the popular literature, about nanoplastics, the nanoplastics in air. And we thought maybe we can apply our electronic nose for detecting these tiny nanoplastics that float around in air quickly and simply, inexpensively.